Good morning everyone, I'm in the Kia EV9 GT and today we're gonna do our long distance trip. It's a bit of a different trip. Usually I do this trip on a Sunday and I drive 600 kilometers, but I have an appointment and that's 500 kilometers away, and it would be a waste if I drive with something else or drive with this for nothing and then 2 days later I do this long distance trip. That's just stupid. So we're doing this today on a Friday with traffic, and it's not just highway. So it was 14 kilometers of country road in the beginning, and it will be I think 30 or something from the highway to my appointment. I'm looking at a house that we might buy. And combine this since it's 500 kilometers away. So you're going to drive almost 1,000 kilometers today. In better airplane, I think 9 hours and 45 minutes. We'll see. First charging stop is in 203 kilometers. We should arrive with 25%. My cruising speed should be 140, but again, traffic, so it's not always happening. Finally, I can drive a bit, 140. By the way, so far traffic is not horrible. It's not great. Few trucks passing, it slows you down, but overall it's fine. 8 degrees out there. Now better airplane thinks I arrive with 28%. There would be a new Ionity, but I think I won't make it. Even with 130, they would have been very, very close to not making it. That's why I'm not doing it. Climate is on 21 degrees and driver only. I preheated the car. I didn't preheat the battery because last time with my 130 test, the battery was already warm enough for charging, so I won't preheat at all. I think I don't need it. I arrived here with 1% and 5 kilometers of range. I'm gonna talk to you in a second why. There we go. That was my drive. Can you stay there for a second? If you want to charge for free, use Encharge. Encharge is an app. You install it on your phone, and when you are at a charger, you rate the charger. You give Encharge a few information about the charger. Is there a toilet? Is there food and stuff like this? And for that, you get kilometers and stars. And these you can exchange for charging credit. Use the link in the description below to get 20 kilometers to start with. Yeah, that was a crazy drive, and I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. So I drove my 140. And then I thought, isn't this stupid that I arrive at the charger with 28%? I should drive further or drive faster or drive slower. I don't know. I calculated around and then I was, okay, let's drive faster. And so I drove faster, 150, sometimes even faster than that. Accelerated a few times, had my fun. And then I was like, I'm still arriving with 26%. Should I not go to the Ionity that I never was before, a very new one? And then I planned that in and it says you arrive with 6%. And I said, let's do this, drive 130. But then it got down and down and it told me to drive slower and slower. And then I really arrived here with 1%. And I drove 130, 120, 110, 100 on the highway. Then it even says take the country road, it's shorter. So by 2 kilometers and so, because the highway is doing this. And yeah, that's why we're here. Because I'm an idiot. If I wouldn't have done that, would have charged the other charger, I think it would be faster. So I lost some time, but I wanted to see this charger for whatever reason. Charge here to 74%, then we go on to my appointment, and then on the way back we have to charge twice. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I started vlogging on my third channel, Behind the Battery, so everything that happens around the car, or if I get new info about something, really awesome. Subscribe and watch. I charged to 74% as a better route planner said, but I changed my plan because I had 130 in there. I want to drive 140 now. So we're gonna charge in between in 100 kilometers, just 20-25%, and this car is great. If you don't plug it in under 15%, it's still fine. But I should have done that before, like I said, big mistake there. Not great. And then we're gonna go to the appointment and then we go back. So I was already at my appointment, already drove away from there. I arrived at the appointment with 35% or so, and arrived here at this charger with 10%. And I'm gonna charge, I don't even know how far I charge. We'll look. And yeah, I'm an idiot, I reset my trip. So the button to turn off the lane assist on the steering wheel is right underneath the button where you reset your trip data. And I had it, of course, on since the last reset, and the since start resets itself every time you stop the car, and the since charge every time you charge. So my trip data is gone, but the kilometers I will know with Google Maps, and the consumption so far is around 32 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it's not gonna change too much, but still. Charged to 76%, and we're going now to Ionity Wernberg Köblitz or EMBW, whatever. Did I say that I'm now paying for EMBW to charge cheaper, also 39 cents? We have 199 kilometers to go, all good. So let's talk, how is the Kia EV9 GT on a long distance trip? So charging is great, even without preheating the battery, it charges really good. And 200 kilowatt till, I can't remember, 65% or something. And then only at 80% you go down to 100 kilowatt, really good. Consumption is high, which is also expected from this big SUV. The seats are okay, they're a bit hard and sporty, and after a while, even though I have the massage on the whole time, and it even comes on automatically. Power is great, regen is great, cruise control, meh, not today. It's not good. So many times I drive into a corner with 130 and it slows down, and it's not because it's an amazing strong corner, it's because there's a truck on the other side, and I'm passing him in a corner, and that's just, I don't know, you have to update this. This is so out of date, I think, that this still happens. Steering assist today also bad. It's doing the searching left, right, ping-ponging the whole time slowly, so not but still does it. And again, in a corner, I noticed this the whole time, that I'm either way too much to the left, which I don't like, or too close to a truck if I pass it, and that's not a nice feeling. Don't like this. Then I don't use the internal map, but it's not good. I find the whole display, I don't know, too small and too, I think it needs an update. And those buttons down here are for nothing. I always touch them by mistake. If I want to touch something, I want to hold, keep my hand up. I'm negative today. I want to get home. Another 82 kilometers to my next charger, and now here it's steering horrible. I have to turn it off. It's way too much to the left, And this is a construction zone, I get it, but it's also when you pass a truck or so. It's steering assist and cruise control. Every little corner it slows down. Last charger, like I said, we charge, I don't even know. We'll see, 70% or something, and then we go home. Yay! 10 hours, more than 10 hours, 10 and a half hours from home till back. But I was standing around for 40 minutes and stuff like this. Arrived here with 11% EMBW Wernberg Köblitz. There's Ionity there, Mercedes, Shell Recharge, and Tesla Supercharger. So, and still this EMBW has mostly, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 available out of 12. And someone is an idiot or broke the charger. Look at it. Someone broke the charger here. It's still in there. I'm already on my last leg. I have 95 kilometers home. I think we're gonna do our ending talk before that, and also the trip and everything, which is not full, I already said. I charged to 69% because I was eating something, and so it took me a bit longer. Arrived at home with 7%. Well, a consumption again around 31 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Back home, let's look at all the data. For average consumption, I take around 315, so 31.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. The trip data that the car showed, I don't know. Sorry. Google Maps says 328 kilometers. This is the time that I drove. So not that I was gone from home, because I was at the house for 70 minutes. And this, of course, is slower than normal because there was around 25 kilometers of country road from here to the highway and back, and from the highway to that house that I looked at, another 20 kilometers or so. So we have 60 kilometers of country road where the average speed was 60 and not driving faster. And so I get to an average speed of around 99 kilometers an hour, including charging. And it's also done on a day where there were trucks and everything on the road. But I also have to say, except for the A3 to Regensburg, so the first 100 kilometers and the last 100 kilometers, I could drive the 140 or 130 mostly the whole time. Was not a problem. It was just in the beginning, in the morning, where I had to slow down for trucks a lot, at least 10 times or so. The rest, it wasn't a problem. And on the way back, A3 again from Regensburg to home was a bit more busy, but not that horrible. But still not perfect. It could be better. Charging, I have 1 to 74% for the first charging session, 25 minutes, 77 kilowatt hours, average of 185, second time 171, and last time 184. Charged 70 minutes for those 928 kilometers, almost 210 kilowatt hours. This does not include charging back at the end, because I arrived with 7%, I left with 100%. Still, charging was okay, drive was okay, consumption is a bit high, but expected. I think on a good day and no country road, I could do 105, 108 kilometers an hour, including charging, and I think that's pretty good for this gigantic SUV. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, but that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.